What is up, guys? Shout out Alan here, and today's video is about Miss Katy, the brand new character on the Marvel Future Fight Shang-Chi update. We're talking about what she, her value, how much damage she can do, take her on some world boss, compare her to other speed type characters that I have at tier 2, and talk about is she worth it and where the value is from Katy. So first things first, if you enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like, put a comment down below what you think of Katy. Do you have Katy? Are you going to rank up Katy? What's your thoughts and impressions? Also, I'd like to see if you guys would be interested in joining the Discord. I'll put a link, make sure I put it in the link of the comments down below. But if you join it, we can chat and discuss, and you can share screenshots and do all that fun stuff. If you have any advice or any questions, and we just kind of hang out together while playing this game. And so, you know, it's really a fun place. So if you're interested, please join the Discord. Without further ado, let's get started. So Katy is a free-to-play character, and that means that she can, you know, you don't have to pay anything for her. She doesn't cost real money or any of those things. So what you can do is you can take a Bioland selector. See, I got some that ends pretty shortly. So you could use it to get bios for her. So it's not hard to get. She's not in the support shop, but she will be dropped as some characters in the legendary battle through the chests. Let me find a chest. Alright, yes, just shangchi. But in the chest, she can drop as a character in the bios as well. So if you're doing the legendary battle, you can get those bios from there as well. To rank her up is pretty easy, right, as far as getting her up to tier 2. So let's look at the build. We got 16,000 physical attack. You know, got some 4-star Urus and some crit damage Urus versus crit rates. Let me see. What do I got? Crit damage. She does have on her skill, I promise I'll get back to it, but on the force she's got a frenzy buff, so her crit rate can go up by 15%, so you could technically just get her crit rate at 60 and it'll already get maxed out. Hers is already at 65 just because of gear and stuff. So yeah, these first two skills are pretty simple stuff. Physical attack, this one deals bleed, which is nice. 3 is a chance for immunity to all damage and a 50% increased damage, as well as attack. Then 4 is a chance to penetrate with super armor, and it's a tap and hold skill that will help release whenever you do the attack, and I'll show you guys the skill rotation as well. And 5, it decreases all defenses, so it's all defense down to the enemy. Pretty simple stuff going on. Her 4-star passive is a crit rate and ignore dodge by 30, which would be nice if she potential to awaken. She cannot. Right now she is only a tier 2 character. You can get her up to level 70, but there's no potential awaken and no tier 3. So this ignore dodge rate does not, I mean, it's good for like Quicksilver and Corvus, but it's not going to give you the benefit the way that we look at ignore target dodge on different world boss legends. So her leadership increases crit rate and also increases basic attack for 60% for Shang-Chi specifically. So type enhancement, I got it rank 3. ISO, I'm going to wait till the discount and then re-roll it, but I went ahead and put, I'm going to give her Power Finger Hulk, but I have all the Uru on there anyways. Crit rate 160 proc. Lightning damage means nothing, but yeah, pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy stuff. Her skill rotation is super easy. So what you're gonna do with her skill rotation is 3, 5, 4, and hold down the 4 until she jumps back and shoots it. And while that does it, then you can do a 2, wait till that's done, then do a 1, and then usually by then you're ready for 3, 5, 4, and hold it down, let go, and there she goes. And hit 2, and then 1, and then you know what? We're gonna do it again. 3, 5, 4, hold it down, and let it loose. Then 2, and 1. So easy rotation, you know. And we're gonna see the damage. She's really strong for a tier 2 character, but unfortunately, because she's only a tier 2 character, she's not gonna have the value that she would if she would be. She's strong for a tier 2, but not as strong as you would want, and because she can't be potential awakened or anything, she won't be useful against Null and Mephisto, because she can't be played in it. So you're looking at, you know, Proxima, Corvus, you could do Thanos, and those are the 3 we're gonna do in the world boss here in a second. Quicksilver, right? She's, she can do these other bosses, but she cannot do these two. So we're going to go ahead and try her out with Proxima Midnight level 30. Keep in mind that the time that we're going to beat, according to my previous videos, is Silk on Proxima level 30. That she got it in 4:29, which is really fast. And I remember that Silk uniform is really good, and so we're going to try to beat that as best we can. Also, Katy does not have a heal, so she's going to need some help. So I'm going to bring Venom. He's going to drop some pools of love to Katy, so that she doesn't die, and then I don't have to record this 109 times. So so here we go. Proxima Midnight level 30. Nick Fury lead. Coulson to be helping, so 3 5s and a 4. Wait till it shoots out. You go ahead and do a 2 and 1. Alright, so you can see the damage is actually pretty good. 3 5 4. And 2s and 1s. Wait till you get your things back. Alright, dodge first up. 3 5 4. Already down to 5 bars. So that's pretty easy, pretty quick. 4, charge us up. This is gonna be sketchy. Dodge this stuff. Is there more? There is. Alright, so 4:07 left on the clock. 4:07 Proxima Midnight level 30. So that's pretty good. I mean, about 20 seconds slower than Silk, but Silk's got a uniform, and this last uniform is actually pretty epic. So let's go ahead and check her out on Corvus and see how she fares. Corvus Glaive level 40. We'll see what the time to beat. The time is 4:29 is the time to beat left on the board. That was done by Silk. Again, that was a pretty epic uniform, and you're going to see that she still does pretty good damage. Corvus kind of actually moved out of the way. Because her 4-star passive gives her some ignore dodge, I decided not to bring some extra strikers for it, because you don't need to. So, grab some healing real quick. Three, 5, 4. Alright, so the next phase. Oops, I did that way too early because I was waiting for the cutscene. So lost my cooldown, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. And he totally just whiffed on that. And stunned me. Not the greatest run, but you can see that the damage is still okay. Once you get it to land. I don't know what Corvus is doing, just hanging out in the air, no big deal. Oh boy. Alright, so dodging, dodging, dodging. This is not a great run. So the 4 also is a stun, so that's why he's starting to do his moves, but he's not getting it all the way. So the problem is sometimes he doesn't get hit from it, so it can't stun him if he dodges it. But when they land, you can see that it's pretty good. But this is not a good run at all. But I think it's good to show that it's not every run's perfect, because whenever you play with her, it won't always be perfect. That's just the truth. Alright, so it's probably better to see a sloppy run, if I may, because then it helps you know that, hey, you know, we're all human, we all make mistakes, right? But the same premise is I'm doing the rotations, so and getting what needs to be done. So 233. That's quite a bit different from Silk. Silk also had ignore dodge. I don't know if she had some strikers. I'd have to look at that. But interesting neither way. So we're going to go ahead and finish up with Thanos. That's going to be a tough challenge. So if you can beat Thanos with Katy, then you're doing pretty good. And so again, we're going to just bring Venom and other strikers. They're going to stay home. So we're going to see how this works out. I think she's a fun character. The arrow and stuff is really cool. You know, especially considering, after you've seen Shang-Chi. I mean, I don't think it's much of spoilers. I think she had a bow in the trailers and stuff. But it's much more fitting once you've seen the movie to see the changes or see how important she is. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so we're just gonna do some damage. Thanos is probably gonna be silly, so we're gonna switch to Coulson. Boop, 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 boop. 3, 5, 4, and charge the 4. 2s and 1s, run away. 3, 5, 4. That's it for that phase. Very good. Mr. Thanos. Go ahead and switch just in case. Coulson's got pretty good movement speed. Coulson would be a good character if they gave him a potential awaken, but again, I have no control over that. So I escaped the thing because I did enough damage to push him to the next, to have Ebony and Cole fight me. If not, I was charged in that arrow stance, and so I was going to have to bail to be able to survive, which has happened once before when I was practicing, is I'm going to get caught in the middle of the charging and then you can't dodge some of his moves. So you just got to be very careful. But we're chipping at him. Mr. Thanos. Silk did this in 306 on stage 30. So Silk's going to be obviously better, and that's not what the showcase is. The showcase is to see what Katy brings to the table, and should you be interested in helping her become better. It's also hard to tell because when I did this, I didn't have this instinct thing, and so I'm just assuming that the instinct thing is not doing a great meal about it. But 2:42 on the clock for Thanos stage 20, and so that'll be what we're going to go ahead and mark down. I'm super excited because I got to do this all in one take. There's not a lot of cutting and editing, which is a neat place. But I think Katy's really interesting. I think she's going to be strong for anyone who's kind of a beginner player or medium player, maybe early veteran type player. And what I mean by that is, like, once you get to the point, like tier 2 doesn't matter anymore. Once you have your world boss and you're doing all legends, right? You're doing high levels of all of these guys, right? Then, like, just becoming tier 2 is just not quite enough. You can't use them in danger room. Can't really use them to start maxing out. And so once you're starting to get all those tier 3s and potential awakens, then having somebody that can only go to tier 2 feels like, oh, all right, well, I'm not really gonna put time and effort. And like the perfect example is a villain that was a speed type that got a brand new uniform, but I didn't want to get the uniform, and the simple reason is they can't go farther than tier 2, and that makes it hard. And that's Mr. Zemo, right? I would love this dancing Zemo uniform, but because he can't go any farther than tier 2, it's not worth it. It just isn't worth it because I'm at a point where I need potential awakens and I need tier 3s, and so he's not going to add value to my roster as an overall, and he's not going to be worth the resources that it takes to put to it. And so I think Katy is strong for a tier 2, but again, she's only at tier 2. So if you're at it, you've been playing for a bit and you have a pretty good roster, then maybe just get her for the legendary battle. It'll spend some gold on her. You got to get 6. Was it 6 amplified Uru spots? Where's that at? Oh, and then advanced one. If you get the advanced one, like 20 amplified Uru spots, you need all of her Uru enhanced, so I can get that ticket thing, right? So they're all enhanced, but I don't know. I don't think she's worth it if you're a beginner. I think if you're beginning and to a middle level, I think she's going to add a lot of value, and she's really easy to get. That's great. But if you are, further along, I don't know if she's worth it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, put a comment down below. What do you think of Katy? Are you going to build her up? Are you going to keep her around? Or are you just getting the tickets from Legendary Battle and the rewards from Legendary Battle? Anyways, but thanks so much for hanging out. Shout out Alan, and you guys have a great day.